What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gray, your one and only corrupted angel, and today we got a little something special for you, and that is a showcase of a weapon that I really enjoy. We've got our Inneros weapons platform testing boy ready to go as well, just like in the Tronma video. But today I wanted to show off another weapon, and that is the Boar Prime. The Boar Prime Incarnon is a really wild one, to say the least, and I kind of love it. So let's talk a little bit about it, shall we? First of all, it is the Incarnon form, which is this really cool beam weapon, and it links and does really great AoE and is a lot of fun. Definitely one of my favorite sort of Incarnon forms, very similar to like a Torrid, for example. I gave it some extra bonus damage when you have armor over 450, as well as some punch through, but this could be swapped over as well if you want to just more damage and then more damage. But we're going to obviously assume that you're running this on something like Wukong or Inneros in this case that has that extra armor. We've got 100% extra reload speed from empty. This just means that you dump your entire magazine and you're going to be able to reload real quick in comparison. Absolutely love that because the reload on this thing is quite slow. And then last but not least, we've got a bit of a balanced one, which is increase your critical chance as well as the beam's status by quite a fair bit. This just means that when you're actually in the critical chance side of things, you've got quite a decent crit chance, but then you've also got quite a decent status chance, meaning that you're actually going to proc a bunch of these statuses. Now, this build is really funky, but I kind of love it, and it's a kind of a great little all-rounder build. It does have a Riven, but bear with me, because trust me, it's not a necessary Riven in any way, shape, or form. So this is the build. It is a radiation corrosive slash build with a ridiculous 16,000 damage. We got primary deadhead on there. It's not fully ranked up, but this build kind of works. We've also not got a fully ranked up prime point blank, but we have room for it. This is 6 former. It is overkill. It is not necessary, and trust me when I say that primed ravage would work just as fine as my Riven. So basically, to go over the things that we've got in this build though, we've got the multi-shot from Galvanized Hell. This is just an always take. Galvanized Hell is fantastic. You put it on every shotgun, it doesn't matter what it is. And then we've got Galvanized Savvy. This boosts our status chance way up, allowing us to afford a full element mod rather than a 50-50 element mod. We've got access to primary deadhead for that extra bit of damage, as well as prime point blank, which is another thing that I just recommend most shotguns run. I find prime point blank is kind of a necessity, especially considering the bonus stacking on Savvy is probably not quite as valuable as prime point blank. At least I find it not as valuable. I could be wrong about that. And then we've got prime charge shell. Highly unnecessary level of investment, but one that I find really is handy. You could easily be going viral here and go viral heat. Viral heat would probably be objectively better, but I like to do corrosive radiation just because I take this out for very specific missions. And again, you always want to be building your statuses for very specific things. In this case though, viral heat would be perfectly fine as well, in which case you just replace this with the primed heat mod and then build viral on the weapon instead of atomic fallout and toxic barrage. Atomic fallout is fantastic though, it gives you that radiation, it's a lot of fun, and just is really an enjoyable experience to run when you're versing something like Murmur. It gives you a bunch more ammo capacity as well, allowing you to just pump out way more damage on that first volley of shots, meaning you don't have to reload, hopefully, to get your Incarnon form either. Toxic Barrage for the extra status chance, and just to decrease the mod slots cost as well. Again, if you wanted to go viral heat, We can actually just quickly build that now that I think about it, just to show what that would look like. It's pretty simple. We're going to put Primed Ravage on here just to show off what it would be without that. Critical Deceleration always, instead of Primed Ravage. And then we would just go Incendiary Coat, and we would get our 60/60 mods, which would be not Chilling Reload. Where is it? Cold, Toxic, and we would have to reorganize it, but this would work. There we go, Viral Heat. So it would drop down to 6,000 because we don't have any primed mod and we don't have my Riven, but this would still work perfectly fine. Throw on Primary Deadhead. This would do the job just fine. This is what I would recommend if you are not capable of getting your hands on a primed mod, but I would recommend getting Primed Heated Charge here instead, because that puts the heat above the viral, and it means that you're going to get more damage out on that as a whole. But this is my build, and we will go over this Riven real quick. This Riven is literally just flat damage and critical damage. It's not the best Riven in the world, and I definitely will probably end up re-rolling it and seeing if I can maybe get some critical chance, or even potentially what would be really nice would be a primed level of damage in terms of cryo damage. But for now, we've just got more flat damage, and I think that it works perfectly fine. Let's give you a showcase of the gun, and we will do our usual MOT run. I think that that's just a perfect choice of testing grounds, especially without Inaros here. But as you can see in this MOT run, it does hold its own with this build, but it would just as well hold its own in the Viral Heat build. You've got plenty of status, and that's one of the major things. Your damage is going to be pretty similar to mine, even without the Riven, so don't think that a Riven is necessary. Let's quickly grab this too. Grab our Scarab armor up. And we'll quickly group everyone up. Nice and easy. There we go. As you can see, we are just ripping through people. And we've got our thing. Here we go. And it is just a room clearer. This is one of my favorite guns. It was one of my first prime weapons that I fully built. Absolutely love this thing. The Riven does really well. It's not a great Riven by any means. Definitely could have had like multi-shot plus crit or something like that, but this does a fantastic job nonetheless. And you can see it already. Just really, really good. The corrosive and the radiation actually work really nicely. Definitely consider as well, if you want to, really maximize this weapon's ability to deal with something like a void mission. Consider actually going to the 99, the Warframe 99, and picking yourself up a magnetic mod, similar to Atomic Fallout, because there are magnetic mods that just give you straight magnetic now, and honestly, that would also work great for these Overguard enemies, and all of a sudden you would have an absolute machine at killing Grenier. You could also, instead of throwing on perhaps the primed damage mod, you could also probably throw on a Bane mod maybe. I don't know how that would work. I've never really tested it out, but it could be interesting too if you're a Bane mod fan, Bane mod enjoyer, you know. But I like to keep it simple, stupid, and I like to have my build ready to go if I'm fighting the Murmur or if I'm fighting Grenier. This just helps have a little bit of both. Gives me enough variety where I don't usually need to ever really worry too much about it. It's also fantastic on corrupted missions because we've got some Corpus units as well in here where this radiation works really nice against. So I quite like it. I think it's really handy. It came out lovely. Literally no damage buffs either from a Warframe on here if you were playing this with Revenant or Mirage. or Rhino with a Raw, or even Nourish as a primer as well. If you have a viral primer, similar to my Panzervolt Profiler, this is going to do absolutely insane amounts of damage depending on how much viral you can get on there. So if you've got Nourish on your build, or you've got Chroma even, to give you some more elemental status chance, stuff like that, this can just get ridiculous. But this is a bare bones look at it, and that's all that matters. Super fun build, really, really enjoyable, and honestly, like I always say, Warframe is one of my favorite games because of the fact that there is just no real right way to play it. You can play it however you like, and more importantly, you can build however you like. And I think a lot of people get a little bit caught up in the min-maxing and a little less caught up in what is just comfy. And I love to prioritize comfort when I'm playing a game like this, so that way my experience is the easiest it possibly can be. We've got our assassin coming in as well, so we should be able to hopefully get to fight the assassin and see how quickly this thing kills the assassin. I'm not 100% sure how quickly it's going to do it. Here he is. My cat is currently staring at me, sitting right next to me on the table. Okay, so it doesn't quite kill him super quick, but it does a good enough job. It's definitely no fell arcs or burst on, but I don't expect it to be. I think it's still phenomenal, just as is. Again, it's pretty quick with that extra magazine capacity at charging the at charging up the beams. This magnetic would be a lot nicer against any Eximus units, so definitely consider magnetic as well, just for those Eximus units. I might even see if I can farm that up and give it a go, because that would be really fun. I haven't touched Warframe 99 yet, so that is definitely happening in the future. I would like to get my hands on the AX-52 as well as the Vespa at some point, so that'll be definitely happening in the near future. A massive thank you to you all for all the love and support that we've had over on the channel as well. If you guys don't know, I've been doing daily uploads. Occasionally I miss a day just because of various projects maybe taking a little bit longer to edit, or potentially just having some trouble with various things like hospital appointments and stuff like that, just because I'm not necessarily 100% okay all the time. But generally speaking, I will try my very best to get the content out to you in a reasonable amount of time, and I'm pretty consistent with it for the most part. So if you want to check out more guides, I've got plenty of Warframe guides coming out over the course of this year, and I'll be keeping them up to date as well as things get changed. So if you want to see more, if you want to suggest any weapons, all that sort of jazz, please do like, comment, subscribe, stay in touch. If you want to help support me in any way, shape, or form by helping me get my goal of every single primed Warframe, and you've got a spare one that I don't own, please let me know. My DMs are open. Just DM me. You have my Twitter available to you in the description, and you also have my Twitch as well that you can come and say hello to me with. So definitely check it out. Give some love, and I will see you all very, very much so in the next one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe. Bye.